Angad, you've tracked this very, very closely. India's sort of perplexing fighter aircraft contests, the multiplicity of them over the years and decades. But, you know, is there also an element, in the F-35 being brought to India, is there also an element over and above everything that you've said of the US sort of getting a sense that they're missing out, that, you know, these deals have been slipping away from them? India, you know, awarded one deal to the Rafale. You know, there are indications that the Navy is leaning towards the Rafale as well. Who knows what's going to happen in the Air Force contest as well. So are they dangling this aircraft right now saying, look, I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, to an extent, yes. Like I said, it's definitely there's definitely a sort of an element of snide sort of look at what you could have to this. I feel. But at the same time, you know, a superpower like the US, I don't think is going to be insecure about losing defense deals, which is why I see this more as a signal of security, cooperation, and commitment than you know than a sort of an exercise in needling. You know, again. At the end of the day, and especially in the world of defense and security, where emergent scenarios can force decisions, and we've seen, you know, emergency procurement, and I've written extensively about what they mean and don't mean for Indian defense. Induction of the F-35 isn't impossible, but what it is not feasible. It would require a complete overhaul of how we do business. It would require completely delinking from Russia, for one.
Correct.
And you know, that's what makes it impossible to get past. It's not that the US wouldn't be willing to part with certain technology. I mean, there would always be some amount held back. But we've seen, I mean, the F-35 is a truly multinational program. And there are prime contractors involved in that program that are not of US origin. So there are entire systems on that aircraft that originate outside the US and then are supplied back to the US and to all international customers. It's a really interesting model for defense cooperation and production. It's just a model that where India is today, we can't plug into that model. It would require far too much near-term pain to be absorbed for a single product.
Absolutely. Air Marshal Khosla, final question to you. So, you know, like Angad mentioned earlier as well, we have our own, you know, the AMCA program, which seeks to build a futuristic stealth fighter of its own. You know, many of the proposed features would be comparable to what the F-35 already apparently has. How would you assess India's own effort and India's own program? Because at the end of the day, this is stuff that no country will share with us. We have to perforce develop them ourselves. How far along are we? How good is our program, sir?
Yeah, so, you know, that's a very question which is asked very frequently. And, you know, the LCA project had itches and it took time to mature. But having matured now, I think we can, and the way we have last 5 to 7 years, under various headings, we have under various verticals, we have made effort by the government to enhance our defense production, as well as in technology, as well as, you know, ease out the business rules, then encourage the MSMEs, make techno parks, a whole lot of effort under 16, 17 verticals. They're showing result. We have, you know, the speed has picked up. So the deadlines have been announced for, you know, LCA Mark II as well as AMCA, and I hope we meet them. But there is one thing which I want to tag here. You know, if you see the 5th generation aircraft, which 3 or 4 countries have at the moment got, you know, Su-57 of Russia and US, these 2 aircraft, and China claiming J-20 to be this thing. But 6th generation work has already started, but there is a trend there. What I'm bringing out is that no country is going alone into, you know, designing and producing these 5th or 6th generation aircraft. They are going into, you know, 2 or 3 together to fund this thing. So I think there maybe we will need some hand holding and some sort of technology infusion from various countries who have already developed this, like you brought out this 5th generation aircraft. So the engine is another problem. China's industry is doing well, but they're still struggling with the engine. They are still using Russian engines. So, and we are also in a similar situation. Kaveri engine, we are having problems. and we have said that AMCA Mark II will come out with indigenous engine this thing, and various companies are making forays, and they are
yeah.
some sort of technology
Yeah.
even in
So basically, there is a long way to go. In many ways, India doesn't have a choice. But like you said, many of these projects are multinational projects, as indeed, as Angad said, the F-35 was. It had the United Kingdom also involved in the development process, part of the group that funded the entire F-35 program. So could India's path ahead also be a partnership with another country?